broadcasting live from an undisclosed location. This is the Community MMA with your host, Chris Cross.
What up? It's your boy Chris Cross checking in. This is a TCMMA podcast, aka the Community MMA. We're live, UFC 296, and man, I'm nervous. Colby Covington fighting very soon. Cannot wait for that fight. But right now, more importantly, we got Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Stephen Thompson. Both of these guys getting into the octagon right now. And we got the big three on deck. 2 titles on the line. This one, 5 versus 6. Welterweight division. Shavkat 5. Wonderboy 6. And big opportunity for both guys, really. Big opportunity for both guys. And the big thing is Shavkat is undefeated. You know, Wonderboy can come into this thing thinking he's going to win, and he has every right to do so. But the fact of the matter is, Shavkat is 17-0. 17-0. And I might be confusing him with somebody else, but if I'm not mistaken, he struggled a little bit in the last fight, but got the win. And again, I could be mistaking him for someone else. So he's got a little bit to prove here, and that's why he's number 5. Fighting number 6. It's kind of like we need to see who that top 5 is with the belt on the line later on the night. Shavkat wins 17-0. You got to think he's close to being in line for that title shot. I mean, he would be 18-0, right? So all the talking's done, and the bell's getting ready to ring. Let's go, Shavkat. And of course, the American crowd's going to be big throughout the night, rooting for Tony Ferguson. He fell. His fight's underway. Colby's fighting later. Trump's in the building. So you got all that going on. With Shavkat and Wonderboy in the octagon and Wonderboy the American. And right now you're just getting the feeling out process, you know what I mean? And it's Steven working on the outside of the octagon. Come on, Shavkat. Gotta be aggressive this time. All right, okay. Now he's going to go right to clinch control. And I like this idea. Drive the knee. Okay. This is the thing here you just saw from Patty in the previous fight, just a straight clinch control and takedown ability. We'll see if Shavkat can get the takedown. Wonderboy's not easy to take down, obviously. Great takedown defense. A lot of questions to be answered too. Like, not only can Shavkat get the win here, but can he get the finish? And that's a big difference in these type of fights when you really don't have much to gain because you're already ahead of Wonderboy. Okay, he's got the hands locked. And he can't get anything. Good job by Stephen Thompson. All right, Shavkat, we got to do something here. We got to do something. And maybe Shavkat continues to control this fight, but this is still a good job by Stephen Thompson to remain up against the fence, And both guys just dropping uppers on each other. About 6 apiece, and then they right back to head on the hip for Rakhmonov. Now it slides up toward the shoulder. And, he's got to be able to do something with this. That's the whole thing. He's got to be able to do something with it. Clinch control is great, but at the end of the day, you got to be able to do something with it. And Stephen Thompson's doing a good job of just fending him off. Final minute here. Round number 1. Gosh, this is looking a lot like the previous fight. A lot. Paddy Pimblett just controlled the entire fight from beginning to end. Yeah, and the crowd's beginning to boo. They want to see some action. And they're not getting it. Because Shavkat is just, he's got his chin on the shoulder. He's just keeping all his weight on Thompson, and Thompson can't get off. All right, ref, come on. Come on, ref, break it up now. I know the refs sometimes, is, they don't want to get in there and break it up and have alter the fight, but nothing's happening here. As Shavkat rolls over 320 of control time, and he swings off. Okay, here we go. Little action late in the round. Ooh. Nice leg kick by Wonderboy. That's Stephen Thompson, if you didn't know. Come on, Shavkat. And it's just 9 to 8 insignificant strikes. A lot of control time by Shavkat. Nearly 330, but he didn't do much with it. So the round's still up for grabs here. Especially if Thompson can land a few. Ooh. Shavkat takes a left coming in. Final seconds of his round. And it's going to be interesting in round 2 if Stephen Thompson can keep this fight standing. It's going to be interesting to see if Shavkat can stand and strike with Stephen Thompson. Maybe that's why he's utilizing the clinch control. Because he doesn't want to stand and strike with him. I wouldn't. Shoot. Yeah, Shavkat looks fresh. Steven breathing a little hard, though. But I want to see Shavkat go off. I want to see him get the finish, man. Come on, enough of this. Come on, Shavkat. You're supposed to be that dude. He's supposed to be that dude. He's 17-0. And when you get up toward the top, yeah, it gets tougher, but you got to beat some of these guys. You got to beat Stephen Thompson by finish any way possible, not grind out a victory. Doesn't help you too much. Either way, a win, he's moving up the ladder in terms of his next fight, but a big finish puts him one fight away. Shavkat lands a nice right in the first 15 seconds here. Ooh, takes a leg kick. Now takes a jab. I mean, if Wonderboy finds a way to get a finish here too, the crowd's going to go crazy. Now Shavkat has the leg, and Steven gets it out and staves off a takedown, which he's great at doing. But now Shavkat leaning him up against the fence, and the fans are booing and jeering and all that. Takedown defense 3 for 3. Shavkat's got the single leg, he loses it. And I don't know that this is doing anything for you, Shavkat. I don't know that this is doing anything. Dang. We could be in for 8 long rounds before we get to Colby and Leon. I'm just being real with you. This could go all 3. Crowd booing. And Pantoja Royval could definitely go all 5. We'll have to wait and see. That one could be a finish, though. Even though Royval is saying he's going to be much more patient this time around. We'll see. Oh! And he does get Thompson to the ground. Okay. So it should be a takedown. It is. First takedown on 5 attempts. 530 of control. But he's got to do something with it. He hasn't done anything with it yet. But just hold and keep Stephen Thompson against the fence. He can't really land any shots. He's got his arm tied up. Stephen Thompson's excellent in these positions. Yeah, but now open it up, Shavkat. Open it up. All right, now Shavkat's got Thompson's right arm pin. Ooh. Ooh, Thompson's looking to get finished here. Come on, Shavkat. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Come on, finish it. Finish it. Oh, Thompson rolls out of it. You got to be kidding me. And his corner's pumped up. And it was all but done right there. Okay. Shavkat's working a little more now. 23-12 in significant strikes. So he's starting to pull away there. And the patience with the clinch control and finally the takedown is now paying off. Shavkat now pounding away with the right. So the position over submission is paying off. Okay, come on. Keep throwing. Come on. (15-0) on ground strikes. That's big. And here we go. Come on, Shavkat. You got to do something, man. Oh, he gets to the back. 25 seconds left. Come on, Shavkat. Oh. Oh. Oh, come on. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. 10 seconds left. Come on, finish it. Finish it. He's close. He's tapping. That's it. Let's go. Let's go. 18-0, baby. Shavkat gets the submission. Wow. 4 seconds left in the round. And that's a big deal. Okay. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Okay. Now we're talking. 18-0. Big finish. Big finish. Over Stephen Thompson. So now you got to put him in the discussion. You got to put him in the discussion. That's the bottom line. Shavkat gets the big win here. Thompson's going to fall to 17-7. Unbelievable. Welterweight division. UFC 296. So as we go through the show, we do have some breaks. Well, really two, because we're just looking at the big 3 tonight, right? We got 3 fights. So what we're going to get to right now is highly interesting. These are some of the best upcoming fights, of course. We're going to get to prediction for Royval and Pantoja. So stay tuned for that. That's coming. And then, of course, when we get back, it'll be game time, ladies and gentlemen. It will be game time. So stay tuned. Coming right back after this. In the middleweight division for the middleweight division title at UFC 297, you got Sean Strickland coming in at 28-5, taking on Dricus du Plessis, who comes in at 20-2. So let's get into this. This is going to be a great middleweight title fight. Anything can happen. Both guys stand 6'1". They're the same height. Both guys have a 76-inch reach. Strickland stands right-handed. Du Plessis, we know, can switch it up and go righty or lefty at any given time. Now, in terms of activity, that leans slightly towards du Plessis. Nearly 7 significant strikes per minute to 5.8 for Sean Strickland. In terms of the takedowns, Sean Strickland gets like 1 over the course of 3 rounds, maybe 1 in a 5-round fight. Du Plessis can land 1 on average per round. So advantage goes to du Plessis in both takedowns and significant strikes per minute. Now, Sean Strickland has an 84% takedown defense. That will help here. And he gets those defense situations in terms of, stopping the takedowns. He's got that lead leg, always going forward. It's hard for guys to go in. When they go in, they can't get the takedowns. Now he's on a roll, right? He beat Israel Adesanya for the belt. He beat Abus Magomedov by KO. Beat Nazaruddin Amavov by decision. But before then, he struggled a little bit. Lost to Jared Cannonier and lost to Alex Pereira. So it's not like he's unstoppable. He's capable of being beat. And to me, he won't be champion very long. Whether it's this fight or the next one, he's going to lose eventually. Now, du Plessis has a 40% takedown defense, but that won't hurt him too much in this fight. He's coming off several wins in a row, right? Against Robert Whittaker by KO. Derek Brunson, KO. He submitted Darren Till and beat Brad Tavares by decision. So this guy wins, right? 20 out of 22 times. And in this matchup, it's real simple to me. I'd love to see Sean Strickland win because I think that'd be an easier matchup for Khamzat Chimaev. And you know how I feel about Khamzat. But the fact is du Plessis is just a better fighter. And since he had the nose surgery, he seems to be breathing better. He looked great in his last fight against Robert Whittaker. Dropped the former champ in the second round by KO. So to me, this is an easy one. He's more active. He lands more takedowns. And he's highly likely to steal the belt from Sean Strickland. Now, Sean Strickland creates matchup problems for any opponent. But in this one, it's all du Plessis. He's going to take the title. And then it's going to be a much more interesting fight with him taking on the next challenger, which should be Khamzat Chimaev if the UFC holds true to its word. But in my opinion, du Plessis wins this fight, likely by KO. Sometime in the 3rd or 4th round, he'll start to tire Strickland down. Could be earlier, but likely a KO by the 3rd or 4th round. Du Plessis steals the belt to move to 21-2. Middleweight division for the middleweight title at UFC 297. In the featherweight division for the featherweight division title, you got Alexander the Great Volkanovski coming in at 26-3, dominant in this division, but taking on a good rising challenger in Ilia Topuria, who comes in at 14-0. So let's get right into it. Topuria 1 inch taller at 5'7", but he's given up 2 inches in reach to Volkanovski, 71-69. Both guys stand right-handed. In terms of activity, it's all Volkanovski, 6.2 significant strikes per minute to 4.4. In terms of the takedown game, that's Volkanovski. Actually, it's very close. It leans Topuria, but both guys land about 2 takedowns over the course of 3 rounds. Topuria, though, 92% takedown defense. Volkanovski, 70% takedown defense. So both guys really well-rounded, very close in takedown average. Topuria is going to defend a lot of takedowns here, but even if it stays standing, that still leans toward Volkanovski. Now, Volkanovski has went up to face Islam Makhachev for the belt, right? In the last fight, though, he got KO'd. He got knocked back down to earth in that one, but he took it on late notice. Prior to that, he beat Yair Rodriguez, held on to the belt by KO, lost to Islam Makhachev by decision when he was well prepared, and beat Max Holloway time and time again by decision. The one thing you see with Volkanovski is he's a high output guy. He lands a lot of significant strikes, especially in featherweight division fights. Now, Topuria, on the other hand, is undefeated, right? He's 14-0. Now he's coming off wins over Josh Emmett, decision. He submitted Bryce Mitchell. That was a big one. Beat Jai Herbert by KO and Bryce Hall by KO. And this is a tough one for me because you want to think in the featherweight division, Volkanovski is unstoppable, and he is. But how will he react? How will he come back after being dominated by Islam Makhachev? Yeah, that was a lightweight fight. Yeah, he's going up 10 pounds to 155. But now he's been KO'd. He's been brought back down to earth. How much will that weigh on a guy's mind? The next fight after you get KO'd is always your toughest fight. And that might be why Sean Strickland fell to Jared Cannonier after getting, KO'd by Pereira. So if the door is open for a guy to win the belt in the featherweight division, it's certainly here with Ilia Topuria. But I can't go against Volkanovski. I mean, the guy is still great. He's got it in his name. And as good as Topuria is, and as much as I believe he could snatch the belt here, I'm still rocking with Alexander Volkanovski. The guy is too good on the feet. Topuria is going to have to break through that takedown defense of 70% by Volkanovski and land some takedowns and control it that way if he's going to win the fight. He's not going to stand up and strike with Volk. If he does, I have to see it to believe it. So I'm leaning towards Volkanovski to win this fight, but it's not going to be easy. 48-47, unanimous decision, maybe split decision, but it's going to be 3 rounds to 2 on all judges' scorecards. It's going to be that close of a fight. But in my opinion, Volkanovski wins to move to 27-3 here, featherweight division, UFC 298. In the bantamweight division for the bantamweight division title at UFC 299, you got Sugar Sean O'Malley coming in at 17-1, taking on Marlon Chito Vera, who comes in at 21-8. And it should be noted before we get started in terms of the prediction that the one blemish on Sean O'Malley's resume is Marlon Vera. That's why he's getting this opportunity. So we'll see what happens in the rematch. Now, O'Malley stands 3 inches taller at 5'11". He's got a 2-inch reach advantage. Both guys are switch stance fighters. Think about that. That makes it interesting. O'Malley, 7.3 significant strikes per minute compared to 4.4 for Marlon Vera. Takedown game, non-existent for O'Malley and non-existent for Vera. So you're going to get a stand-up striking affair. And both guys average to good in terms of takedown defense, which means this fight is going to be on the feet like we saw in one round in the first fight. Now, how did Sean O'Malley get here? He beat Aljamain Sterling and stole the belt. Shocked the world. I mean, let's be honest. Beat him by KO. Before that, he beat Piotr Jan by split decision. That guy's always a tough out. Surprised Piotr Jan's losing as much as he does lately. He also beat Raleigh and Pava by KO. He KO'd Chris Moutinho and KO'd Thomas Almeida. But there's still a lot of questions to be answered, and this fight's definitely going to be in Sean O'Malley's head, where he lost to Chito Vera last time. Now, Chito Vera, coming off the win over Pedro Munoz, lost to Corey Sandhagen. That's why it's tough that he gets this fight. But it was a split decision. For that, he beat Dominic Cruz, right? KO. Rob Font, decision. Rob Font was really good back in 2021, 2022. Still good, but even better then. KO'd Frank Yeager and beat Davey Grant. So Sean O'Malley and Vera last fought in August of 2020, right? And it was a short 1-round fight. Marlon Vera led 18-10 in significant strikes. O'Malley went down with an injury, but to me, he also got KO'd. I mean, you can make the argument either way. O'Malley was in trouble before the injury anyway, so it makes for an interesting fight. But now O'Malley is the champ. He's going to be talking a lot of trash before this fight, and he's going to back himself into a corner and force himself to come through, and back up all the talk that's going to go into this fight, because there's going to be a lot of talking. And in my opinion, I think he will. I think he's going to back it up. It's a stand-up striking affair. Eventually, Sugar Sean O'Malley will find his way through Marlon Vera, right? O'Malley's going to be around a while. Why is he not fighting Merab Dvalishvili or someone like this? Because Marlon Vera beat O'Malley. So they want to race Vera to the top and give him a chance and see if O'Malley can respond. Is he a true champion? Because a true champion wins his fight. And that's what O'Malley is. I like O'Malley to win this thing, likely by decision. It's going to go the distance. It's going to be close. But I'm going to say 49-46, a couple of 48-47s, something like that. Sean O'Malley gets the win on significant strikes. He'll win 3 or 4 rounds to keep the belt and move to 18-1, in my opinion, bantamweight division for the title at UFC 299. In the flyweight division at UFC 296, your co-main event for the flyweight division title. You got Alexander Pantoja, champion, coming in at 26-5. He's Brazilian, taking on the American Brandon Royval, who comes in at 15-8. and 6. And this is just another fight to get the American crowd hyped up, leading to the title fight between Leon Edwards and Colby Covington. Now, Pantoja, though, is a big favorite. So the American crowd's going to have to be wild and crazy early to help Royval pull this thing off. Royval's 4 inches taller, though, at 5'9". He's 31, Pantoja 33. They're both in their prime, as you'd expect. It's a title fight. Both guys 68-inch reach. Royval fights left-handed. Alexander Pantoja stands right-handed. Pantoja more active. One more significant strike per minute, 4.4 versus 3.4 between these two fighters. Also, Pantoja lands more takedowns. Like over a takedown on average every 2 rounds. So he's getting at least one every other round. Royval gets like one every 5 rounds. So, Royval is trying to keep this thing standing. And it's crazy that he's gotten himself into a title fight here, because you don't see great numbers for Royval in terms of activity and takedowns. But he continues to find ways to win. Now, Pantoja, 66% takedown defense. Not great. About average, but should be fine in this one. Looked great against Brandon Moreno. 129 significant strikes, 6 takedowns to 2. Got the split decision win. And I think you'll see that fight again eventually. He also beat Alex Perez by submission. He's beaten Brandon Royval back in 2021 by submission. So that's why he's the favorite here. Royval, 39% takedown defense. That's going to be a problem. And it was in the first fight when he gave up 3 takedowns, only landed 1. Since then, no, he's been on a run, beating Rogerio Bontorin, Matt Schnell, and then Matthias Nicolau. But are these big enough wins to say, hey, he's that much better than he was 2 years ago? I mean, he was, 29? So he's like right in the middle of his prime now, so maybe he's gotten a little better, but I don't think it's going to be enough to beat Alexander Pantoja. Although I'd like to see it happen to get the American crowd fired up for Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards, but I don't see it happening. Alexander Pantoja is a better fighter. He's more than a 2-1 favorite for a reason. He's more active. He lands more takedowns. He's more seasoned. Alexander Pantoja should win this fight and retain the flyweight title, in my opinion, likely by decision at UFC 296.
Yes! Yes! Whoa! Boom! 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 Dude!
You're watching the Community MMA. And now, back to your host, Chris Cross.
Yes! 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 Whoa!
Welcome back. It's your boy Chris Cross. We're live here, TCMMA podcast, UFC 296. Pantoja versus Royval is on deck. This is for the flyweight title. So we're getting into all that. Both guys working their way to the octagon right now. Pantoja is up. He's coming. This is what it looks like right now, though. So we got the last 2 in a row. We're back to 500. 5-5 on the night. That's where it stands. And we'll take that right now. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what happens in this fight, it's all coming down to Colby Covington, if he can get the job done. We're going to have a good year on the overall record. No question about it. We're going to have a good year on the overall record. But we need to get to 28 victories in the main event. That's really what this comes down to for me. Now, as we look at the due list here, we'll start with the top 10. Okay, so you got Colby and Leon coming up at 8 and 10. Of course, Hamza at the top, John Jones, Islam. Colby was up to number 2, then down to 4, and then we buckled to the pressure, right? Because we keep this thing going, and it changes a little bit after every pay-per-view event. But Colby hasn't fought in a long time. So a lot of pressure. Kept him in the top 10 all throughout. But if he wins this, he's jumping way up. I'm just telling you now. When you get into the back end, 11 through 20, you see Shavkat there at 13. He should be in color, but he isn't, meaning he's he's fighting. But he ended up getting the win tonight, just in a previous fight. So he's definitely going to be moving up, probably 11 or 12. But you got Yuri and Jamal Hill. It's starting to get tough, man. And 2024 is really, there's going to be a lot of pressure on the top 20, specifically between 11 through 20 on the list. Make no mistake about it. There's going to be a lot of pressure. So it's about that time. I mean, both guys about to get introduced. Brandon Royval's already been in there for about 2 minutes. He's 15-6. Alexander Pantoja, and Royval's the American. Pantoja, the champion Brazilian, 26-5. Ridiculous fighter. And it's hard to see him losing a belt right here. But at the same time, it'd be great to see Royval get the belt and give us 4 Americans with a possible 5th coming up next with Colby Covington. And if we get 5 out of 8 belts, forget about it. Especially with Trump in the building. So that's what's happening right now in Vegas. This is what's on the line. But Pantoja is ridiculous. 2-1 favorite. Again, 26-5. And Royval has got his work cut out for him if he's going to win this. But he put himself in position, man. The guy has put himself in position to win the belt. All right, let's get these boys introduced. Let's go. Because as soon as this fight's over, quicker, the better. So I'm starting to get nervous about this Covington-Edwards fight. For sure, for sure. I just want it to happen. So Pantoja's 31, Royval's, or 33. Royval's 31. So these guys are both smack in their prime. Smack in the middle of their prime. Ooh, okay. Big Mark Goddard going to be doing this thing, huh? Let him go, Mark. We'll break them up quick if they sit there and lay on each other. Okay. Break it up quick. At least we got a finish in the last fight. I mean, that could have grinded out for 3 rounds like Tony Ferguson and Paddy Pimblett did. But instead we got the sub and Royval the American. You know, people in the crowd probably aren't too particularly interested in this division. But you also got Brandon Royval, an American, fighting for the title. So all of a sudden it becomes big. It becomes big. Let's go. Let's go, Royval. And we got Pantoja predicted to win. But this is one of those, like, I'll give up the prediction to see Royval win the belt. So I'm a little bit compromised in this one. 26-5. It's ridiculous. All right, so here we go. Pantoja versus Royval for the flyweight title. We should see the American crowd get crazy for Royval. Again, even though they don't particularly care about the flyweight division. That's why a lot of times, even if you have 2 big-time flyweights fighting, they're down like at fight 8 or 9. But it's different when you have a title on the line. So Bruce Buffer's got them both in. Royval and Pantoja introduced. Are going to come to the center of the octagon with Mark Goddard. And it's about to get real. And Royval jumping around. He's 4 inches taller than Pantoja, so he's staring down at him. Come on, Royval. Use your reach here. Talk about being patient. Let's see what's up. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. Pantoja coming in right away with the leg kicks. Already landed like 3 or 4 of them. Dang. Already Pantoja coming in. He's got the head on the hip looking for the takedown. Royval shoves him off. Now Royval wasting no time. He's starting to snap the jab. That's what he's got to do. Got to keep Pantoja off balance. Okay. Trading leg kicks. Dang. All right, Royval, you got to stuff this. Get out of there. Okay, reverse. Okay. Come on, get off the fence. Good. Here we go. A lot of action here already in the first minute. Hopefully we don't go 25. USA chants coming out. And it's kind of like the crowd is just chilling right now. You know, everyone, you see people in the background just talking. It's like this place is about to erupt, and, you know, in the minutes after this fight ends, that's for sure. So it's kind of like everyone's just like, oh, this is the warm-up, but we're not really into it unless something big happens. You kind of get that feel. Come on, Royval, get him off you now. Ah, dang. He's on his back now. Try for the crucifix. Okay. Crowd chant something. I can't tell what it is, but Pantoja in the dominant position right now. Side control. Looking to get that leg around. All right, get off your back, Royval. Get off your back. Ah, come on. There you go. Oh. These guys are trading right now. Royval's still on his back, though. Pantoja trying to get back in. Looking to get back to side control. Royval keeping him off, though. He's on his back, utilizing the leg kicks. Pantoja's trying to pick his spot. He's not going to let Royval up, that's for sure. He's made that crystal clear. Roll out of there. Brandon Royval getting up a lot of time on his back here. Nearly 2.5 minutes on the takedown. Pantoja up 22-9. Pantoja just dominating on the ground. Ooh, he's got the full mount. Look out. Look out. He lost it. Okay. Now if you're Royval, you're just trying to run out the clock. 40 seconds left, round one. The champ has dominated you on the ground. You need to get back up to a stand-up, and he does. Okay. 30 seconds left. Crowd cheers a little bit. Now Royval's going to be on a little mission here. A little bit of time to work in round one. Ooh, nice leg kick by Pantoja. And there's a tap, round one. Coming to an end, it looks like, one way or another. And that'll do it. So Pantoja's going to win that round. So he's up 1-0. So let's put that in the back of our minds if this goes to a decision. Round one's on lock. Pantoja, 250 of control, 1 takedown, 25-11 in significant strikes. So he's up 10-9. Real simple. And he looks fresh. Both guys look fresh, really. And so far, it doesn't matter. I mean, Royval saying he needs to be more patient in this fight. You know, he's going to look at this fight differently, be more patient, pick his spots. But that doesn't matter if Pantoja can just dominate you on the ground. And here we go, new round. The guys get a stand up. That's a good thing. And it took Pantoja about 2 minutes in the last round before he got the takedown and kind of kept Royval there and just dominated. Pantoja lands a big right. Come on, Royval, let's go, man. Nice jab. Watch those knees. Get off the fence. There you go. There you go. Now work that jab again. Keep the head off the center line. Move your feet. There you go. Come on, Royval. I was just going to say maybe Pantoja's slowing down a little bit, but he gets a takedown. And it's very similar to the last round. About the same time, Pantoja gets a takedown and maintains it for the whole round, minus the final 30 seconds. And we got a battle on the ground. Which, if you don't watch a lot of flyweight fights, they're no strangers to the division right now. I mean, sometimes these fights are stand up, on the ground, back up to the stand up. 3:15 left, round 2. And if Royval can't get off to his back and just let Pantoja dominate him on the ground, it's going to be a long night for him. And it already has been. 4:30 of control, 2 takedowns. And we could very easily just see 5 rounds of this. No doubt. Dang. Royval's got to do something. Jeez. And the crowd's starting to get restless for multiple reasons. Number 1, they want to see Colby Covington and Leon Edwards fight. Number 2, they want to see some action. And those are just 2. Pantoja just maintaining side control, trying to get to a full mount, back to side control, chest to chest. And it's clear Royval doesn't have a chance on the ground. Oh my goodness. Come on, Royval. Do something. I mean, come on, ref. You got to look at this. I mean, Pantoja's not doing art. He's throwing some punches now, but he's not doing anything. Like, stand this thing up. Oh. Now we got some work. Couple hammers by Pantoja. And he sits up straight, takes a right. And here we go again. And he lets Royval up. So it's basically the same as the last round. Oh, he lands a big right. Royval in a little bit of trouble. Now he lands a left. Oh boy, back to the ground. And it's hard to tell if Royval was just trying to lure him in or if he really did take a big shot and he was in trouble for a second. But nonetheless, he bounced right back and then got taken down. And they're probably going to lay on the mat until the end of round 2. So it's going to be 2-0. Pantoja. 634 of control, 3 takedowns, 41-15 in significant strikes. And it started with the right. Then it led to the level change, takedown, and used the leg to make sure Royval couldn't block it. Bing! Ooh. Yeah, so that right hand connected. It was real. So Royval was in a little bit of trouble for a second. Now Royval getting instructions from his corner. Got to be more aggressive. Got to get off the ground. I mean, it's pretty clear. And be ready with that to get underneath when he goes for the takedown. That's when you throw one. But it's got to come from underneath. Keep the jab. Royval's left-handed. And when he sinks in to put the head on the hip, that's when you connect with the left. Of course, it happens very fast. Pantoja lands a right. Now he comes in. Now Royval's looking for the takedown. Royval just gave up an easy takedown. That was terrible. At least we'll get the prediction right, I guess. Because if it keeps going this way, it's just going to go 5 rounds on the mat. And we're going to have to wait it out for Covington and Edwards to get out here. Okay, right to the mount. Let's go. Pantoja. He's trying to do something. He's taking the back now. Okay, now he's going for it. Oh. And he slides off the top. Now it's Royval who loses the position, but at least he's back to his feet. And it looks like Pantoja's getting tired, but I said that last round, and then he got a takedown and held it for 3 minutes. So, but he's looking like he's slowing down. Yeah, agreed. A little fatigue because he's starting to lean that head forward. And I'll tell you, if Royval can win this fight, though, it would look like what he said came true. He's going to be more patient, you know. But Royval is starting to pick up the pace. No matter what, defend the takedown. No matter what, defend the takedown. Royval. Oh. See, he takes those wild swings and then his hands are up and boom. I think if you can keep Pantoja on the feet, he's going to get more and more tired. But okay, Royval gets loose. Let's go. 2:20 left. No wild punches. Yeah, just keeps straight on, just like that. Right, left combo, straight on. Don't miss over the top and give up the takedown. That's it. All right, so this round, Pantoja hasn't been able to maintain the control time he did in the first two. He's starting to lean the head forward. He's clearly getting a little tired. And it's starting to swing into Brandon Royval's court a little bit. Oh, okay. Oh. Took a wild swing. Gave up the single leg and he goes down. See what I'm saying? It's like as soon as Royval leans in and throws, even if he connects, he's off balance slightly, and boom, Pantoja makes him pay. He's done this consistently. Boy, it's still 18-18 this round in significant strikes, so Pantoja could win this round too with the control time. Over 830 of control. That's ridiculous. 5 takedowns. 60-33 in significant strikes. But when you look at total strikes, though, it's 147-73 for Royval. I mean, it's completely flipped. So Royval's landing a lot of shots, but they're not significant. So we'll see how the refs see it. I think that round is probably going to go to Pantoja. So I'd say he's up 3-0. No guarantee. And you'd have to say at this point, Royval has 10 minutes to get a finish. Well, Pantoja's corner saying he lost a round, which is what you might want to tell him going into a big fourth round, especially with the ability to get a 3-1 lead. Tell you what, Pantoja's looking tired, though. Royval's got to find a way to finish. He's got to find a way to finish. Yeah, exactly. They're telling him that it's 2-1 to get him fired up for the fourth. And he does. He comes out motivated here. Early takedown on Royval. Goes right to side control. Man. Wow, yeah, that's right. 39% takedown. And that's why we picked Pantoja. 39% takedown defense. I mean, you're totally seeing it here. And it's all that Pantoja has to do to get victory. Now he's looking for the full mount. He gets there. Good job by Royval to try to stop the knee from getting there because he's got the foot locked in. So, and they're still battling. I mean, Pantoja is close to full mount. He just can't get comfortable. He's got the leg over. Now he's got it. Still not comfortable, though. He's trying to maintain his balance. But when he spins all the way around and gets the back of Royval. Jeez. And a little bit of panic now from Royval. I mean, you got the champion on your back. Now Royval getting worn. He's got his feet in the fence, but he's got to do something. He's trying with everything he can to turn, go chest to chest, but right now the triangle lock is in. Royval doesn't have many options. And you better be careful. And regardless, this is great for Pantoja. I mean, he's just running the clock, doing what he's got to do. And Pantoja at any second could get underneath and try to get a finish. That's what he's trying to do. 2 minutes left. All right. Oh, he's got something locked. Oh, my goodness. But he's not underneath. Oh, my goodness. Come on, Royval. Stay in it, Royval. Okay, he gets out of it for a second. Now over 12 minutes of control time on 6 takedowns. And Royval trying to turn. He's being cheered on by the crowd, but he can't do it. I mean, Pantoja just grinding this thing out. Like I always say, it's like a football game. The team just running out the clock. Gosh, Royval, you got to do something, man. He's in a bad spot, but he's got to start doing something. And it's amazing. It's just like one bad punch, and you spend the rest of the time on the ground. And that's what I think he meant by staying patient. And now Royval gets on top in the final 30. Okay. Crowd coming to life a little bit. Now he's pounding away. Okay. Okay. Come on, Royval. Now leg lock by Pantoja. Look out. 10 seconds left. Boy, it's too bad he didn't have 30 seconds left. This round comes to an end. Royval comes alive in the final 30, but he's only got 5 minutes to work with. And this one's simple. If it goes to a decision, he loses. Bottom line. He's got 5 minutes to get a finish. It is true. I mean, his coaches are telling him he's tired. It is true that Pantoja's tired, and I think that's why he's going for the takedown. You know what I mean? Get your mind right. And it's going to be even worse for Royval probably in this round because he knows he needs a finish. He's going to be going for the big punch, and that's when Pantoja is going to take him down. So that's the storyline right now. Let's go, Brandon. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Get limited opportunities for title shots. And it's like the difference between becoming a champion and never becoming a champion is so, the margin of error is so slim. And you can tell Royval's going for it, but just cannot afford to miss big and give up a takedown. Okay. Okay. Gosh, you have opportunities here. Come on. Pantoja looks tired. Let's go. Yeah, pick it up. Dang. Yeah. USA. That's what I'm talking about. Where's the crowd at, man? God in the crowd would love it. This will be a great setup for the next fight. Both guys getting tired now. No takedown attempts yet. That's because Pantoja's legs are getting tired. He can't shoot. Now he grabs the back of the head. If you're Royval, you got to get out of there. You got to get out of that. Push off. Nope. Get off defense immediately. Okay. This is his chance, man. Pantoja's tired. They both are, but come on. And regardless of everything that happens in his career, this is his best shot to win. And he's probably tired as heck. And that's because you got a guy that can dominate you on the ground. You got him tired late in the fifth. And this is your opportunity. And he is coming back now. He's closed the gap to 14 significant strikes. He's up 204 to 101 in just total strikes, but the control time is the biggest thing. And round by round, oh, here comes a takedown. Here we go. Come on, Brandon, you got to fight to get up, man. He's standing up. All right. Come on. Stay underneath. Oh, dang. Pantoja lands a takedown. That's not good. He's over 14 of control now. 8 takedowns on 14 attempts. It's like a 40% takedown defense. I mean, his average is it's just not good. Very hard to be a champion in the UFC with low takedown defense. It's one of the main things we look at when making predictions. I mean, we look at a lot of things, but if you're a striker, you better have takedown defense. And he doesn't have that, and it's hurting him in the big situations. 140 left in the fight. Yeah, you better go. You got to get off the ground. Royval doing everything he can to get off the ground, but he just can't. I mean, Pantoja, all he wants to do is ride out this final minute. Over 15 minutes of control time. Way too much. Well, again, we're going to get the prediction right. But we did not get another champion. So we're sitting at 3. Sean O'Malley, Sean Strickland, and John Jones. And right now, as this fight draws near to ending, it's like this has not been a great night for the crowd. You know, you had a victory or two here and there, but most of the wins have come when it's American versus American. In the fights where it's a American versus someone else, not good. And Pantoja grinding this thing out. And he's going to finish with some big hammers here down the stretch, and that'll do it. And Pantoja is going to get what will go down as an easy decision victory. He led 91 to 75 in significant strikes. He did trail, though, in head strikes, 65-43. That's a big deal. But 15-50 of control time, 8 takedowns. We've seen guys lose with a lot of control time if their opponent has a lot of significant strikes, a lot more strikes. And Royval has that, but 15 minutes of control. I mean, he only had 9 minutes to work with on his feet compared to 16 on the ground. So that's not good. 1 submission attempt by Pantoja. He's going to keep the belt. I mean, it's the bottom line. Alexander Pantoja will remain as the champion. He's going to move to 27-5, and we're going to be down to the final fight of 2023. It's hard to believe. We'll move to 6-5 on the night, but again, it all comes down to Colby. Like, Colby's got to get the win. He's got to. Brandon Royval chilling with his coach. And, you know, he's probably telling him it's all good, man. You gave it your all. But it's pretty obvious that you lost the fight. Dana White told him, nice fight, but, you know, he'd like to see more action, let's be real. And it should be, and still, UFC Flyweight champ. It should be easy. 50-45, 49-46, we'll see. $50-45, $50-45, and 49-46. So what, 14-1 in terms of the judge? And still, Alexander Pantoja is still the champ. The co-main event is done. It's a wrap. Pantoja keeps the belt. He's going to be to 27-5 here. Flyweight division, UFC 296. And what that means is now we just got to be patient, because we're just a few minutes away. I mean, really, just a few minutes away from Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. Welterweight title on the line. I can't stress this enough. My stomach is hurting. I'm nervous. Not because I feel like Colby's going to lose or nothing like that. I know how people are going to start twisting that stuff around. I'm nervous because I just want to see Colby win very badly. Very badly. So it's either going to be a great night or a bad night off the next fight. If we lose, we're 6-6, and we lose the main event. Not good. If we get it right, we're 28-14 on the year in the main event. That's what we need to get to. But listen, Colby and Leon is on deck. So sit tight. We're coming right back. Here's the full breakdown of this fight and the prediction. And, of course, we get into all the other topics dealing with this situation, right? We're living it now. Trump is there. Kid Rock is there. But we talk about all this stuff throughout the week, trying to get you prepared. Check this out. As we drift into UFC 296 and all that comes with it, we first have to look at the do list. And it's because of you all, the fans of the show, that Colby Covington sits at number 8. He was 1, 2, and 3. I mean, for me as a fan, he's right there behind Khamzat Chimaev. Like, the only guy I'm not rooting, or the only way I'm not rooting for Colby Covington is if he fights Khamzat. Simple as that. But I moved him down because of inactivity. You know, some of it's his fault. Some of it's not. But, you know, he sat and wait and he gets another title shot. So at the end of the day, he's not active, but he's getting in the octagon for the belt. And that makes it all worth it. Because, you know, at the end of your career, even if you don't get the belt, whatever, you can run off 5 to 7 fights and catch some paydays. But when you're in your prime, you got to do what you got to do to try to get the title, because then all of a sudden your pay just increases and the promotions and all that type of stuff. So, you know, it's well worth it for Colby Covington to wait for this opportunity. But yeah, you got Hamza up there, you got John Jones, Islam, Alex Pineda, Charles Oliveira. Everybody that's not in color is not fighting right now. And John Jones should be taken off. Should have been at 295. He didn't. We're still waiting on him. Volkanovski's in action. He's going to be in action. Sean O'Malley. Both those two guys are going to be fighting after the new year. But right now, the big topic is Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards. We're getting to that prediction in a moment. So, and I'm not quite sure where Shavkat is. This is a mistake, ladies and gentlemen. Where is Shavkat Rakhmonov? He's definitely in my top 20. So we might have had a mishap there. We're going to have to correct this thing because Shavkat is definitely inside the top 20, probably sitting at 12 or 13. But I didn't see him on the list right now. So we're going to have to do that over before we get to the big night this Saturday night. But let's dive in. Colby Covington and Leon Edwards set to take center stage. Final fight of the night. Couldn't ask for a better fight, as they do every year, to end the season, to end 2023. Colby Covington saying Donald Trump will be in attendance. That's a big deal, right? And the reason that's a big deal is, I mean, he comes to UFC events, right? Like every fourth or fifth pay-per-view event, you see him show up. The crowd gets crazy. And that's what I'm curious about, because in a normal setting, I think the crowd's probably 50-50 because there's a lot of people that are just diehard against Colby Covington. There's some people that like Leon Edwards. Then there's a lot of people that like Colby. But how will the independents, how will the people in the middle that don't like Colby but like Trump react when Trump comes into the arena and the crowd starts going crazy? Colby's going to get backed whether you like it or not. When Trump comes in, the crowd is going to back Colby Covington at that point because it's going to be a frenzy. This one's about the American dream at UFC 296. It's about the American dream, and everybody's going to want to see one thing.
And new.
They're going to want to see Colby Covington win the belt. That's what they're going to want to see. Colby Covington win the belt. And if you're not with Colby, you don't like Colby,
Everybody's upset.
you're going to be upset at the end of the day.
Everybody's upset. Everybody's upset. Everybody's upset.
And you can be upset. That's all right. Because the rest of us are going to be fired up, man.
Let's go, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If Colby pulls this thing off, man.
Yes.
If Colby
Yes.
pulls this thing off, I'm going to be on a different level Saturday night. A level that can only be matched and surpassed when Hamza wins his first belt. But that's how big of a deal this is for me as a fan. I desperately want to see Colby win the welterweight title. And I know a lot of you don't think he deserves a fight, but I think he does. It wasn't his fault this past year that he's been out. He had a situation, right, with Jorge Masvidal that kept him out. So it's not really his fault. And if he fights anybody, he's going to beat him. He's going to grind out a victory. But can he do that to Leon Edwards? You know, just because I like a guy, I want to see them win. That does not mean I'm going to pick them in the prediction. You've seen that time and time again. You remember back in the day, it all started with Israel Adesanya and Jan Blachowicz. And I'm a huge Adesanya fan, but I went against him, and he lost. So we ended up being right because the prediction comes before who I like. 99 times out of 100. But let's get to it, man. Let's not hold back. We're getting into not even the big three this week. We're getting into the best three today. And then we'll come back in a couple days and get the next best three because there's at least 8 great fights on this card, if not all of them. But here's Colby Covington and Leon Edwards. In the welterweight division for the welterweight division title, this is the fight we've been waiting on. Leon Edwards comes in at 21-3. Takes on Colby Covington, who comes in at 17-3. So we finally know that this title fight is going down. And I'm here to tell you this is Colby's best chance to take the title. Even in the fights against Usman, he's got a better chance in this one. But does that mean he's going to win? Let's get into it. Colby, the contender, is 3 inches shorter at 5'11". He's 35 years old. Leon Edwards, 32. Covington's given up 2 inches in reach. Edwards fights southpaw. Covington fights right-handed. Colby lands 4.1 significant strikes per minute to 2.8 for Edwards. And here's where things get interesting. Colby also leads in the takedown game. He has 4 over the course of 3 rounds on average, so that's more than 1 per round. Leon Edwards is lucky to get 1 every other round. So how does Leon win? He changes your pace when he fights against you. You can't maintain the same pace. He brings your numbers way down. Long story short. Okay, and he did this against Usman, holding him to just 87 significant strikes in the last fight, majority decision win. And the one before that, he was getting beat in the numbers. 5 takedowns to 1, 83 to 55 insignificant strikes. He was trailing. And if you combine both fights, they're basically even insignificant strikes, and he trailed 9 to 1 in takedowns and still found a way to win both. And that's a tough part of Leon Edwards, is he finds ways to win. He beat Nate Diaz by decision. No contest against Bilal. And before that, he ran off a bunch of wins. I mean, this guy hasn't lost since 2015. So think about trying to predict against him. Colby Covington, 72% takedown defense. Coming off a win against Jorge Masvidal. Lost to Usman, beat Woodley, lost to Usman. So despite this guy getting older, he is well rested. By no means is a tired fighter. He's only fought, he's only fought 3 times in the last 3 years. Literally. He fought Woodley September 19, 2020. By the time he gets in the octagon, it'll be 3 years and about 3 or 4 months later. And he's only had 3 fights. Really 2 if you don't count the Woodley, right? So he's 2-2 in his last 4, losing both to Usman, beating Masvidal, and Tyron Woodley. And with what Leon Edwards has done, how do you go against Leon Edwards? Well, it's real simple. Colby is going to dominate in activity. Leon Edwards can't help to slow the fight down by landing takedowns, because Colby's really good at that. He's gonna stifle Leon Edwards even better than Usman did. Usman had the 9 takedowns, but Colby's gonna ride him. He's gonna get him up against the fence. He's gonna clinch him up. He's gonna grind this thing out. Colby in this fight is gonna be like a football team that gets an early 14-0 lead and just begins to run the ball and chew up the clock. And next thing you know, there's 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and you can't get the ball from them, and you're like, what happened to this game? Well, they just drained it, played ball control. That's what Colby's going to do in this fight. He's going to drain the clock. He's going to get an early lead in the first 2 rounds. Then by the 3rd, he's going to start to clinch, and he's going to ride this thing out, and he's going to win 3 out of 5 rounds. To me, it's real simple for Colby. I think Colby wins this fight in that regard. The numbers aren't really going to matter. It's just he's going to control the heck out of this fight, whether it's takedowns or in the clinch, to get the belt. He'll move to 18-3, in my opinion. Leon Edwards' reign will be over, and Colby Covington will be the new welterweight champion here at UFC 296. Yes, sir, no doubt. Yeah, not only do I like Colby, I believe Colby is going to win this fight. One thing I didn't realize when I listened to the playback, again, it's been months since we did the prediction, is that Colby's 3 inches shorter. That's a big deal. 5'11" versus 6'2". You know, it's close enough to where you're not punching up too much upward, but you're punching upward a little bit. And that could be a problem for Colby. But he's going to be trying to go in and solidify takedowns and clinch control up against the fence. You know, he's going to have to stand and strike with Leon too at some points, but he's going to be going in for a lot of takedowns. And we're going to see what Leon Edwards is made of when it comes to takedown defense and when it comes to the ability to keep Colby off of him and continue pushing forward and continue keeping the fight standing and strike where he's probably got an advantage, right? Colby isn't too slow with the significant strikes, but he's not at Leon's pace. But he's good enough to keep it close until you get in clinch, and then you land more and you take the lead there and you got control time. And next thing you know, Colby wins 3 or 4 rounds. I don't see him getting a finish. But listen, I'll take it if it happens. But I see him grinding out a victory in this fight. That's the way it's going to play out. Mark my words, last fight of the year. It's going to roll us into 2024. And Trump is going to be in attendance to see it. And that'll swing the crowd come fight time. The USA crowd will come together behind Colby in hopes to have 2 American champions in the men's division that I can think of. Well, John Jones too, so 3. John Jones, Sean Strickland, Colby Covington. And that's what I'm thinking about the other divisions. I'm pretty sure there's no one else. There could be. But he'll be at least a 3rd American champion, and that's a big deal. Yes! Yes! Whoa! Boom! 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 Dude!
You're watching the Community MMA. And now, back to your host, Chris Cross.
Yes! 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 Whoa! All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. I mean, this is it. Hold your breath. My heart is pounding right now. Nervous, man. Colby already in the octagon. He went over there and greeted Donald Trump for a good minute. And now Colby Covington is working his way to the octagon, and we're not far away from this fight happening now. I mean, we're right there. And Leon Edwards getting booed a little bit. He's got some supporters in the audience, but I think the people are hungry for a title to swing Colby's way. And as I said, with Trump being there, that swings a lot of people in the middle that might normally go against Colby. You got to ride the USA train on this one. And therefore, they're wanting to see Colby get the win. But now a little respect for Leon as he comes to the octagon. You're not hearing the boos quite as much. Everyone just kind of standing in awe and wondering if, third time's a charm for Colby Covington. Whew. Oh my gosh, bro. Come on, Colby. Come on, Colby. Damn it. This is going to be interesting, that's for sure. So Colby 17-3, Leon Edwards 21-3. Really the perfect matchup. And the right time for this fight to take place. One thing that worries me though is Colby's 3 inches shorter. Hopefully that won't be a big deal, but 6'2 versus 5'11", that's a little bit of a difference. But it's got to be the pace. Colby's got to set the pace, and Leon will get tired in the third and fourth. And a lot of things went down this week. I mean, Colby said something about his father. That made him mad. He threw a water bottle. And it just showed that Colby got under his skin. But Leon's a veteran, man. You see Colby's a little nervous. That's a good thing. He recognizes that this is his opportunity. And he's been, a lot like Paddy Pimblett earlier on. He's been out of the octagon for a while. He's heard all the talks, all the things said about him. And there's a lot of pressure on him now, right now. A lot of pressure on Colby. Not from really the fans, but more for himself. I believe the greats put more pressure on themselves than the fans ever could. Ever. And it's clear that Colby wants to win this thing. But can he do it? So Colby's 35 now. So he's got to do it now. Leon 32, right in the middle of the prime. So, talking to some friends earlier, they're like, I want to see Leon win for his career. You know what I mean? For his legacy. And I get all that. But hopefully Colby can get the job done. We need this one. Last fight of the year. New year approaching. And what a way to roll into 2024 with having 4 American champions in 8 divisions. right? 4 American champions in 8 men's divisions. We got the bantamweight, Sean O'Malley. We got Sean Strickland at middleweight. We got heavyweight John Jones. And now we're looking to get welterweight Colby Covington. That's what's up for grabs right here. Okay. All right, let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, so Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. Welterweight title is on the line. And both guys getting introduced right now. And then this fight will be on. And will be done for 2024. Will we be 28-14 in the main event? That's what we desperately want. Right? 2 more wins than losses. We're on a 2-fight losing streak. And we need this one. I mean, we just need it. Going down today, Leon. Going down today. Come on, Colby. Please, man. Yes. Let's go, Colby. And I promise you, if Colby wins, outside of Hamza winning, it would be the best situation for me possible. Biggest win since Conor McGregor last held the title. Just keeping it real. And if you follow the do list, I root for Colby in every fight except against Hamza. That's the only way. So he's pretty high up there. So Colby's in, baby. Colby's introduced in. Now it's Leon's turn. Oh my gosh. Not today. Not today. Is it a 12 fight unbeaten streak? He's 9-0 as the favorite. Reigning defending champion Leon Edwards, 21-3. 2 big wins over Usman. Colby lost to Usman twice, and that's why people feel like Leon's going to win this fight. And he's primed and ready to do so, let's be real. Colby's got to climb the mountaintop. Colby's got to climb the mountaintop. Come on, Colby. Come on, Colby. Come on, y'all. Start this fight. Quit messing with me. All right, here we go. Here we go. USA. USA, let's go. This is it. Fight's on. Final one of the year. Oh my goodness. Boy, that crowd is loud, man. It's like the final 2 minutes of a football game or something. Come on, Colby. Yep, get aggressive. He's got nothing. Very tense right now. I mean, both guys really not engaging too much here in the first minute. Colby landed a jab, but that's basically it. Now Colby lands a leg kick, but it wasn't easy. It was kind of slow. And Leon now flips to left, back to right, as you'll see him do throughout this fight. And what's going through Leon Edwards' head? That's what I want to know. He's pissed, but he can't be over aggressive. I know, Colby's starting real slow. Crowd chanting Colby loud. It's almost like Colby's trying to get comfortable right now. Come on, Colby. Come on, baby. Yeah. Tell you, Leon's quick. He ain't playing. A lot of focus right now. A lot of focus. Not a lot of action. Colby reaches in with a left, kind of slides off the chin of Leon. Oh, both guys exchange. Here we go. Oh. Colby takes a left but then smiles and lands a left elbow. And right now it's a Leon being aggressive. It's like he's chasing Colby all over the octagon, and that's kind of what Colby wants. He's gonna, he wants to wear down Leon, and you think he's going to do that by being very aggressive and throwing a lot of strikes, but he's doing it by movement. Colby's never in the same spot too long. I like that too. But you got to get aggressive. And he shoots in for the single leg. Leon pulls it out. Colby covers up. All right. All right. Come on, throw something. Colby's doing a lot of work in terms of moving around. Not engaging as much as we're used to. And hopefully there's a plan here. Better be a dang plan. Shoot. I told everybody Colby's going to win. Can't let me down. Ooh, nice left by Colby. And either Leon's just chasing Colby, and that's the way the fight's going, or Colby is making Leon chase him. And that's what you're hoping for. First 10 seconds is gone. And to me, Leon probably won that round. And what's the plan? What's the plan, Colby? I mean, yeah, he's got Leon chasing him a little bit, but it doesn't seem like it's enough to where Leon's going to get extremely tired later and Colby still winning rounds. He's been here before, right? He knows that he's went to decisions and lost to Usman. He went to the 5th round and lost to Usman. He went 10 rounds with Usman. Or at least got into the 5th, the final minute before getting finished in the first fight. So if you're used to it going to a decision potentially, you've got to win rounds. You've got to win rounds. Leon Edwards' corner saying, same again. Do it again. So, Leon likely winning round 1. And no control time for Colby that I can remember. He had that one takedown attempt. That didn't work. And he comes out with a leg kick. And we'll see if Colby now, what we should be seeing from Colby is him picking it up. Picking up the pace. Round by round. And he's already going back to the bouncing and sliding. Nice combo. Colby, come on, baby. Boom. Oh! Leon caught him with the left. Dang. All right, Colby, what's the plan, baby? What's the plan? I'm with you. You just got to tell me what the plan is. Because right now, Leon's coming forward. Leon lands a right. Colby stumbles, but they're back to the center. And we've seen in other fights, right, where Colby will go in on you, control the heck out of you, pin you up against the fence, take you to the ground, ride you for a lot of control time, and do it that way. But that's not happening against Leon right now, at least 6.5 minutes into the fight. And you see Colby trying to lean for that takedown, but Leon doing a good job of just keeping the same pace and keeping Colby off of him. Come on. Come on, Colby. Got to do something. Oh, man, those leg kicks are paying off for Leon. Dang. And starting to boo a little bit. And all Colby's doing is touching him and getting out of there. And if you keep going this route, like Colby's plan will look like it's to finish Leon late. And that's not an automatic. So it's hard to believe that that's the plan for Colby right now. It just appears that Usman is getting the better of him. 20-9 in significant strikes for Leon Edwards. 47% landed. So he's been calculated. Colby, very slow pace, just touches. He's not getting credit for the significant strikes at all because they're not significant. It's just leg touches. And the reach disadvantage is really hurting him. And the way he wins fights is with control. And we're not seeing any of it right now. Come on, Colby. Come on. Oh, my God, man. This is driving me crazy, man. Let's go do something. He's not doing anything. I mean, this is going to be 10 minutes gone with little action for Colby as the fans start to boo. Right, that's what I want to know. What's the plan? I hear you, DC. I don't know what the plan is either, but it don't look like there's much of one right now. Yeah, but now, like, even if they open up and they start going, if we get to a decision and Colby loses, it's going to be because of the first 2 rounds. And Colby's not like a big finisher. Like, he grinds out victories. So this is not good. I mean, Colby's put himself in a bad spot here because he's likely down 2-0. I mean, he's likely down 2-0. Yeah, his corner is telling him, you're the challenger, right? You're the one that has to go after it. You know, you can't just win this fight on the judge's scorecard. It's not going to happen like that. In other words, you got to do something. So Colby's respecting Leon too much right now, is what's happening. It's not good. He's put himself in a bad spot. Leon Edwards didn't have to waste much energy, and he's down 2-0 in rounds, and Leon's landing the leg kicks. So right now, it's not looking good for Colby Covington. And as this round ticks, the crowd is going to get more nervous. Because now, like, you think about it, you got to go in a 3-round fight that's left here in these 3 rounds. You got to go 30-27 on 2 judges' scorecards. And that's still a split decision. So and the commentators are right. It does look like a lot like Edwards versus Usman, the second fight. Well, the third fight, but the second championship fight. Because Leon Edwards is just having his way. He's, there's not much action from Colby Covington, and Leon Edwards is dictating the pace. He's continually coming forward. He's landing leg kicks. And Colby can't generate any offense. I mean, it's just terrible. And I'm starting to panic because I don't know what the plan is. That might be the story tonight. What was the plan? Because in every other fight, we saw you take control. But for some reason, he's not even trying to get takedowns. And Leon's just dictating the pace. And if it continues this way, Colby's career's in a tough spot. And here we go. And now he goes in on Usman. Or Edwards. Oh! And Edwards steps over. Okay. And that gave Colby what he wanted. Colby's going to get the takedown and pull Leon out from the fence a little distance here. Colby's on top. The crowd likes that. That's the first time that Colby's looked good. And Leon gets up. Wow. And stands up with a leg kick. That's not good for Colby. And now Leon shoots for the takedown. Is that really what he wants to do? Boy, and Leon gets the takedown of Colby. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And he lets Colby up. And it's like Edwards just wanted the takedown just to say, hey, I could do that. Absolutely amazing. I mean, we're not seeing anything that we saw in the press conference and all that when Leon Edwards was losing control. He's been very calculated, on point. And it's not the normal Colby Covington we're used to. So Leon's taking him totally out of his fight. And Colby is having a hard time landing punches because of the reach advantage from Leon, and Leon's using it perfectly. And I believe now that if Leon really wanted to turn it on, he could. But no reason to. Dang. Colby, you got 11 minutes to work with. If not, you're going to have 3 title defenses and no wins, and you're looking like the Buffalo Bills of the 90s. I hate to say it. Because that clock's getting lower and lower. And it's looking more and more like there was no plan from Colby. Or maybe there was. But Leon Edwards has dictated the fight and ended any chance of those plans. Against a guy who is very confident, has talked a lot of trash, and spoke as if he's going to be the champion. Three rounds done. Man, Colby. I mean, I think at this point you got to go for something now. And he's not even a big finisher like that. I mean, he can finish people, but I don't know about Leon Edwards. And so far, you got to give it up to Leon. He's looked great. I don't even need to look at the stats to know that he's dominating this thing. He's likely up 3 rounds to none on every judge's scorecard. Although round 3 was a little bit closer. Colby really didn't do anything to deserve a round. So, and Leon just continues to land those leg kicks on the right thigh of Colby. And Colby had the takedown momentarily. But Leon got right up. Then, determined to get a takedown of his own, he does for like 20 seconds, just letting Colby know, hey, I can do it too. I'm not scared of the ground with you. And this is Leon Edwards in his prime. And as we get closer, we might as well start talking about, I know some of you are going to say that, hey, Colby isn't really that good and he hasn't wanted to fight all these years and all this. Whatever. If Leon Edwards wins his fight against Colby, then we can talk legacy. Because now he's beaten in one of the best divisions in the UFC outside the lightweight division. He's beaten Usman and potentially Colby. And he's on a 12 or 13 fight unbeaten streak. Forget about it. Uh-oh. Oh, Colby's in trouble. Oh, Colby spins out of it. Wow. Leon almost had him. That would have been something. It's not looking good at all for Colby Covington. Even in a fight, you feel like anyone's got a chance to land that big punch at any time, but it just doesn't seem like it's been there for Colby. I mean, he's just been on the defensive the entire fight, and Leon just continues to get better and better like a machine. Oh, big left by Leon. And it's like his legacy is being built right now. He's up 49-22. Just over 8 minutes left in the fight. Hard to believe. Colby Covington never got started. Dang, man. Shoot. And I'm not giving up on Colby, but it just don't seem like there's any avenue or path to victory here. Shoot, man. Very disappointing. Nice left by Colby. Now Colby comes in for the takedown. And now he's got Leon pinned up against the fence. And this is the Colby Covington we're used to seeing. But being able to hold these positions for minutes on end. Maybe only strike for 2 of the 5 minutes. But Leon has defended the position well throughout the fight. And even if Colby can ride him in these final 7 minutes, he's still got to get the finish to get the win. That's why the path, I don't know, is there. I mean, could he still get a submission? Maybe. Could he land a KO punch? Doubtful. But again, I'm not giving up on him, but we just haven't seen that. For Colby Covington, this is going to drop him a level if he can't find a way to get a win, right? I mean, all the talking and things like that, it's lasted for years. But now all of a sudden you lose to Usman twice, you lose to Edwards. 3 chances at the belt, you can't get the job done. It's going to take away that mystique of maybe he could win the title. And that's rough for a guy like Colby because he's so big on that brand. Oh, and now Leon takes the back of Colby. What are we watching here? Now Colby gets back on top. Now he's got the back of Leon. Okay. Come on, Colby. You got to go for this. Come on, Colby. You got to go for this. You got to keep punching. Yep, you got to keep punching. And now Leon's trying to roll, and he does. Oh, my gosh. Now it's Leon on top. What is going on? And Leon lets him up. Dang. Please let Colby's corner tell him he's down 4-0. I mean, don't even... He's losing this fight easy. Dang, man. Round 5 coming up. Be honest with him. Not push the pace. Tell him he's got to get the finish, bro. I mean, Leon's tired. I don't know. Colby's tired. Leon don't look that tired. But you remember, Nate Diaz nearly got the finish in round 5. You just never know. Man, we got to look at Trump and Kid Rock, and they just look like dejected. They're just like chilling. There's just no excitement right now. And the belief is slipping away that Colby can win the welterweight title. And I think Colby's corner was kind of telling him, you know, but they should have just been straight up honest. You're down 4-0. No chance of winning. Like, tell him there's 0 chance of winning the decision. Like, you got to go for it. If you get finished, who cares? Like, a loss is a loss. Like, you already lost right now if you don't get a finish. So, I mean, I just don't understand it. Dang. You know, with Colby, you could say in the first Usman fight, he had a chance to win in the 5th round. I mean, it was still up for grabs when he got finished at the end. If he could have come on strong in the last 45. The second fight, you remember me, I said 48-47 Colby. It went the other way. But they're all close. Like a question mark, like Colby could have won it. He lands a takedown here, so let's see if he can do something. But this fight is much different. It's all Leon Edwards in dominant fashion. And if Colby loses that way, not a good look. Colby's trying to take the back. He's kind of half got it, but Leon is standing up. Now he's going to try to work the hands off. And he does. And now Leon turns Colby into the fence. And Colby goes to the ground. And man. Now Leon gets the back. And a finish of Colby on the ground would be crazy. And it's very close here now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What's Colby thinking right now? He's got 3 minutes to work with, and he's in a very bad position on the ground. Leon trying to get the triangle. Colby's trying to slip out the back end. Oh, we got a triangle here. Oh my gosh, a triangle on Colby. Colby's in trouble, man. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh. How did Leon lose that? Great job by Colby. Colby's back on top. 2:30 left. Round 5. And the only drama is, can Colby get a finish? Which is not probable. Let's be real. Come on, Colby, man. Come on. 2:15 left. And I think, if Colby would have done this in round 2, round 3, it would have been fine. Because now he's winning a round. But at this point, I think you got to let Leon up. Maybe not. I don't know. Just don't feel like Colby's going to get anything going here. I mean, this is what he does in other fights where he grinds out victories. But it's not going to be enough to get a finish here in round 5. Gosh, Colby, where was this earlier? Come on, Colby, it's not enough, man. Colby's dominating in the top position, but it's not. He's got to get a finish. Yeah, it is a bad look for Leon on his back, the final 2 minutes of the fight. But a win is a win. So Colby, I guess, is salvaging something here because at least he's finishing the fight in control. It's not a good look for Leon the way he wants to win, obviously, but he's not going to win the fight either this way. And Leon just holding on here. Final 30 seconds. Colby's trying, but final 10 seconds. Colby's going to finish the fight, the final 2 minutes on top, but not even close. And you can see Colby's face, like I think he knows. And Colby putting his hands up, but see, and this is the thing, like, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, Colby's getting up, like, thinking he did something. He didn't do anything here. This is why, like, the corners you gotta tell your fighter. You gotta tell your fighter you're down 4-0, man. You're going to lose. And they never told him that. They kind of hinted towards it, but. And Colby's walking around with his hands up and saying, give me the belt, but it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I mean, you got dominated in every phase of the game. And it's likely, I'd say, 49-46. Leon, I don't even see how you can give 2 rounds to Colby. So I don't think any of the refs are going to give it a 48-47. So I think it's just going to be real simple. 49-46 on all 3. And Colby Covington got dominated in every facet. Control time. Well, not control time, but significant strikes, head strikes, all the major categories that would decide a fight. And Herb Dean bringing him in, and this is disappointing. It's like I don't even feel like the fight started. And we're going to be wrong here and probably fall to 27-15. But bigger thing is Colby sitting there smiling, thinking he actually won the fight. Like he didn't. This is. And he's nervous. Like his corner should have told him. His corner should have freaking told him. Here we go. Dang. Unanimous. 49-46. Simple. Simple. Still. See, and Colby's looking like, what are you talking about? He's like, what are you talking about? Like, he's in shock that he lost. Like, maybe when you're in a fight, like, you think you're winning because it's close. But his corner should have told him you're down 4-0. Bottom line is, mad respect to Leon Edwards, who absolutely dominated this fight. 59-29 in significant strikes. He did trail in total strikes. Head strikes were just 18-14. But it was the leg strikes. He led 23-13. You know, the fact is that Colby couldn't get anything going significantly. Just 29 significant strikes in 25 minutes. Think about that. That was much like when Rose Namajunas fought Carla Esparza. Just too slow-paced. And he'll go back and see the fight and understand that. Both guys had 2 takedowns. Colby over 5 minutes of control. 127 for Leon Edwards. And now Leon's coaches are yelling and screaming at Colby Covington. They're still mad about him, about Colby bringing up his father. I mean, you know. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Colby fell for the 3rd time. Check this out. He's 17-4. 3 of those 4 losses in a title fight. Leon Edwards will be 22-3 and still champion. And there was no drama here, like trying to figure out who won this fight. It was pretty clear. Leon Edwards wins. And he's still the reigning defending welterweight title here at UFC 296. So as far as the live watch parties, that's going to be it for 2023, man. It's been a real... this thing did not finish how we thought it would. But nonetheless, we're 6-6 on the night. So what does that give us? 312 plus 6. We got 318 wins on the year. We'll take that. We'll take that. But highly disappointing that Colby Covington fell in this fight. But listen, it's been real. I hope y'all have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your evening. This is your boy Chris Cross. God bless. Peace.